Proverbs 12:15 says, "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice." The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice. Are you like me, where this proverb is so real? Because looking back in my life, there are many instances where I've shunned or I've not heeded to good advice which has been given to me. And when I think one person who has continuously given good advice, and there are instances I've not heeded to that good advice, is my mom, who is that in that picture. My mom, who is 86 years of age, has a lot of wisdom, and I have found it's worthy listening to her advice, because there are instances where I have blundered in major areas because I never heeded to her advice. Examples would include, like there's a time I was selling a major property, and she came and told me, "I don't think that's a wise decision," because the investment I wanted to go into, she felt it is not a good decision. But of course, did I heed to that advice? No, because I thought I was wiser. Another area she has continuously given me advice is in farming. When I started going into farming, I did it in a very extensive way, and including, keeping a lot of animals. And one of her biggest advice was, don't keep animals, especially blood things, because they are very tricky, and it would turn out to be a very expensive venture. And of course I didn't listen. And like the way she tells you, especially when you're doing this farming, you are absent, you are relying on people, and things like those ones. But of course, I feel, no, I know what I'm doing. But when I've done these things, actually both the selling of that property and also keeping all those animals, her advice ended up to have been correct. And I've used my mom, but in my young and old life, there are many other people who have given me advice, and sometimes good advice, but I have not heeded to that advice. And the reasons why sometimes one finds themselves not heeding to advice, or like myself, is because I'll think I know, or I think I know too much, or I know what I'm doing, or it will not benefit me, or I've done my own research and all that. But now, when things don't turn out the way I thought they would, that's the time I'll start saying, hey, and that advice I had been given, I wish I had listened to it. So now, I look at Proverb 19:20, which says, listen to advice and accept instruction, that you may gain wisdom in the future. And especially for a young person, that proverb is very profound. Proverbs 19:20, listen to advice and accept instruction, that you may gain wisdom in the future. Because if you follow the advice, then maybe you not bladder like the way I have bladdered in some instances. And also Proverbs 15:31 says, whoever heeds life-giving correction will be at home among the wise. And on the advices I've been getting, and maybe I have bladdered, I look back and I say, I'll heed now to the correction and do the right thing so that I can join the home of the wise. So in conclusion, I don't mean that all advice is good, all advice is beneficial to follow, but it is good to hear and heed to advice, because advice may come from different people. It may come from your peers. Like for me, advice has come from my peers. It may come from professionals. It may come from people who are not professionals. It may come actually, even from the younger people, because there are times I've learned something from a younger child, even a child, they will do something or say something, and instantly you say, there is some advice there. So for me, it is to be very keen to listen to the advice, to accept the instruction, so that I may continuously gain wisdom. And the best advice to follow is the one which comes from Proverbs 3:5-6. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. So it's a very powerful proverb for one to use as a guideline, and in fact, even the other two I have used, they are very, very good. They are like guidelines which you use in everyday life. And my final shot is a quote by Emno Macklad, who says, hear our advice, listen to good advice, heed wise counsel. Hear our advice, listen to good advice, heed wise counsel. So that's my take for today, and I believe all of us, we can decide that we don't shun all the advice that we get, and we just heed the wise counsel. May God bless you. Have a blessed week. Thank you.